Listen, man, I gotta make this video about something real quick, right? Listen to this. I'm the real, yo, international security. I'm gonna wait to put this on YouTube, but I'm gonna tell you just like this. I'm the real John Franklin Kennedy, right? And then I told you around these times, I've been listening to vibrational conduct of people speaking about certain thing with the Kennedys and even things I'm listening to, other little things, right? But we're in the year of the element. If say for instance, this is 2020. So if individuals was doing magic, metaphysics, mythology, materializing of one's higher origin of anatomy, and then individuals, say for instance, they did some Harry Potter and then they turned into a plate or something, some funny situation, right? And then think about this. Certain things are beyond funny, even of the physical reality. But I gotta say this. Listen to this. And then I told you the vibrational conduct, even with certain social dignities, I'm the head and the head of their social star chart and also their dignity, even through in the paradigm, but I'm on social recovery at this time. But did so much that I'm on social recovery, and then to watch certain things that's happening a certain type of way in the paradigm. Now, listen to this, right? Say, for instance, like I told you I'm the John Franklin Kennedy. Say individuals had like a Kennedy. Hold on for a second. We're in the year of the reflection, right? And I was already making a documentary. Matter of fact, I'm gonna load this up. I was already making a documentary about individuals and social dignities and individuals going after international security or certain other individuals of a certain type of legacy, lineage, and bloodline. Say, for instance, 2020, the year of reflection, the year of the jewel stones and elements, and then you have an individual that says they want to get rid of individuals' purity of legacy and lineage through time. And on top of it, they're doing high metaphysics and intense anatomy and conduct and current, and even materializing of one's physical reality of one's origin, also of the forms, right? Say, for instance, an individual turned into some Harry Potter, turned into a play. I have this ad on my phone. It is a guy speaking with long hair and a beard. He said, the most of your body products you wash with is synthetic detergent. I already spoke about that on YouTube. And on top of it, we're in the year of the element. So, if individuals are going into one's natural habitation of pardon me for saying this, but one's natural habitation of receptiveness of the physical reality. Say, for instance, one of my family members said, I'll show you a situation, and then they turn into a plate. But they're on my digital system, right? Listen to this. If they're on my digital system, say some of my family members, they didn't want people to know, so they entrusted international security. Like, say some of my family members of the high societies. I'm the head of their social star chart, it don't matter. So they turn into a plate on my digital system on an ad. But, because they're going through my system and looking at certain things that people don't know. And then next thing you know, you have an individual. As the individual's there, because remember, I've already made the documentaries, me washing with Tide soap on my body. Sometimes it's good for doctors to do that. But because my natural anatomy, I reflect of jewel stones and elements, even of other natural fibers, the year of the element, jewel stolen element. And then the individual turned around, looked at the table, said, this is an ad on my phone. Now let's think about this. Now this is already probably played on cable and everything. So the individual says, you're talking about synthetic detergent. Most of the things that you use to wash your body is synthetic detergent. Yes. because it's jewel stone and elements. You do wash certain things with jewel stones and elements, and then on top of it, in a natural covering. And I told you about the atmosphere already. And then we don't want to speak about fibers and other type of stuff. So, the asshole was on my phone like an ad. But say if that was like my family that turned into a plate on some Harry Potter shit, in my family and the Kennedys, and then the next thing you know, the nigga just stashed the plate against a fucking stone wall and shit and shattered the plate. The nigga tried to really kill my family member right there and there on my phone, and it's not apparent to the social habitation in society. And then my family gotta leave and run out their house and be like, oh shit, yo, what the fuck? You gotta think about it. Listen, a real life. This is international security. You might have individuals that already went and did international security, and then another nigga, after the nigga turned did to Harry Potter, the nigga dashed I said, hold on. So you have niggas, remember the YouTube video I'm about to load up first before I load up this one. You have niggas working in international security that's dealing with high metaphysics and vibrational conduct. You have an individual that can materialize into a form of an element in the physical reality, even though, say, an individual knew how to put himself together or knew certain things, but you had an individual at a time that literally materialize into a physical reality to show you the purity of what an individual speaking about, because the plate he dashed against the wall was a white plate. So he shows you the reality of the physical reality materializing in the purest form. And then somebody, the asshole, it was a Caucasian dude. He's not white, he's Caucasian. He has long hair, he had a beard, and he just dashed it on the wall. And I looked at the individual, I'm like, imagine if my families did that, and then certain my family see that, they would have to leave the house. Like, oh my God, they don't even give a fuck. Like, if they work in international security, I feel so sorry for you if you gotta turn around and look at your partner, knowing somebody probably in your high conduct and intensity also. There's somebody just possibly trying to put your lights out a certain type of way, and they just made it look a certain type of way to public view. Another person didn't know. And a person said, why would you say it? Like, Harry Potter, people do funny things. People come from certain legacies, lineage, and bloodline. At certain points, they can do certain things. And then if they choose a pure form to do something, and then say it was just, for instance, I'm just giving you an example. It could have been a person turned into something else or whatever. And then next thing you know, an individual, then you gotta start thinking about that. Like, yo, what really just happened on live television? And then if you're a person of purity, now you gotta think about your conduct throughout all social economics. If you're an officer at the time, I'm a person that's upright. I already behave myself in the physical reality. So we don't need somebody getting you nervous in your conduct, that you'll know what type of person that caused that forceful activity of one's purity, and then showed you one's purity didn't mean nothing, and already had even a symbol of natural nourishment. Now, something like that, it's just like, wow, I'm already outside. What is a person really saying to me all type of ways? Now, I'm thinking, I'm around a depth reality. So I'm already living around people that their comprehension don't want to hear it. It's like some type of a Flintstone type situation with their comprehension and stuff. There's a difference in the intensity and anatomy at a time, because a person to tell you this is just like having a joke or having a conversation with Athena, and a person tells you something like that. Now, as a person tells you, a person says, why? Because sometimes another person doesn't honor the reason of one's social habitation, and then they kind of barbaric, and then things happen, and then other things, and other people ain't gonna tell people what's going on in high conduct when it comes to even forms of reality or sacredcy. But to see somebody do something like that, and then you already have these individuals using their intentions to do certain other things in the physical reality, a person got to really think about, yo, listen, what's going on? It's all wonderful, but I'm also real social recovery, and that if you work in international security, even as an officer, I apologize for something like that on even to be on my cell phone because there's an ad, and then you have individuals that's trying to, sometimes you have features, a person be listening or watching something, and you have other ads and other people doing certain things that they're not supposed to be doing, showing you that they're trying to break in somebody's digital system, and they're doing it a certain type of way where it manipulates the broad view of the public eye if they don't really know what's going on. Because, like, say the depth reality, these individuals, it's like they don't want to know. Sometimes ignorance, and then on top of it, they don't even want to know what's going on, because certain other things of their stupidity, of their depth, they just ignore it a certain type of way. It's not a big situation until it boils down into a social habitation, and then everybody got to gather and, yo, listen, you did this and this, and, yo, and then arguments break out, and then other people don't know what's really going on, and it's just, then things really happen. Now, if you have an officer, and then certain things like that, it's just like, wow, you went and put on a uniform for something like that. Yo, I apologize about something like that, but this is what I'm speaking about, even ads on my phone of stupid people getting onto a level and don't know what's going on. Some people will look at it as a joke and laugh. That's not even a funny situation, because every time I seen it, I try to stop it. And when I try to pause it, he grabbed it for the plate so fast. I looked at the dude like, yo, damn, yo, it's like the dude wanted some fucking, I don't know what the nigga was thinking and shit. You know what I'm saying? And being so forceful with the situation. I'm like, yo, listen, hold on, wait a minute. I don't want to say certain things about and explain certain things, but it's like, even being an office, that's a insult to even officers, and that is very dangerous, because you have people, and any little thing could irritate a person, especially when they're using, after, say, the Empress is on them, they use a form of high intensity, and they do certain things, and then you have somebody do something in purest form, and then it aggravates a person's nerves, and then it trickles down in the vibrational conduct, even through reality. And that's a person. I'm a man of self-habitation. I praise myself. I'm the real Buddha. It don't even matter, but I'm just telling you the truth. It's just for somebody to do that, and then you wonder why I educate individuals on social habitation and self-regard and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because a person doesn't do certain things a certain time. No, because certain things can be fun. You know what I'm saying? As I'm speaking about it, right? But a person doesn't do certain things a certain type of way, even of the physical reality. Because a person says, so what you mean by self-regard? I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? I just already didn't say it in the same time, you know what I'm saying? But, just to show you certain other things that goes on of the physical reality. But it's just like, a person has to regard the reason of their habitation. I understand that, but also the vibrational conduct of the reflection that I reflect on, even in the paradigm of time, and in the other forms of reflection of other things that already go on, that's on a daily conduct vibration with other individuals that move on a level of high intensity of matter, of their physical reality, even in other forms. So a person says just like this. Now, everything I already spoke about already adds up. Everything I already spoke about already adds up to everything I'm speaking about. So, it's just telling you, and even to be a person, you don't want a person irking your nerves and causing certain things, and then they're doing things, and then that causes the wrong social habitation, because what was done was already an insult to the reason of one's social habitation, even though a certain situation could be symbolized, but still of one's thinking, of one's reasoning, of mannerism or whatever other funny like situations. But for somebody to do something like that, and then on top of it, my wife don't be here, she be somewhere, and it be her social habitation, and then she have a natural conduct that goes on in her physical reality, and then somebody does something like that, that's kind of like an insult to them, because you don't know the reason of my wife's habitation to do something like that. So I just look at certain things, and then the endangerment, naturally, because it's high intensity, it's pain in a natural high current that is more dealing with forms of metaphysics of the physical reality, and then on top of it is on my system, and then I already told you what's going on with me. But to do, I'm not doing something to purity. So another person's doing something on a digital system through an ad, and it's like they're trying to forcefully say these things are happening. It's not because of me, it's happening because of their own stupidity, but it's like the recklessness of another individual, and then on top of it is like short circuiting and breaking into a form of international security. And then a person wonders about things like this, because I don't like ads. I just want to listen to things straight through. If I want to go into certain things, I go about a certain type of way. But and individuals have these ads. I don't know where these ads came from, and to do something like that, and what I was just speaking about, and I can't. It's unbelievable to a certain point. You know what I'm saying? A person got to really think about what's really going on, because a person says they socialize. You have individuals that socialize with other individuals. You know, people. You know, they sit down. You know, how you doing? You know, you know, it's a form of physics. You meet people, you greet them. How you doing? Some shake your hands, shake hands, whatever. Sit down, socialize, and then they build an atmosphere, individual, and then next thing you know, all type of other thing. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you don't have to be there regard already. An individual put it on an ad where it was supposed to be socially regarded, and then the situation showed you didn't care about the social. You know, there's ways of one's reality, but the symbolism of what one's doing of one's reality, and then on top of it, then say the person's getting rid of. My wife reflects in the year of the element. Now, there's an ad on the year of the element. It was never playing before, never nothing like. This is the year of the jewel stone and element. And then on top of it, we're in 2020, so you hope you see what I'm saying. Then the individual takes a plate that is already materialized of the physical matter, and then he dashes on the wall and breaks it. A pure white plate. Hey, you know, the individual was Caucasian himself, but I'm looking at the situation a certain type of way. It was still a pure white plate. Like, what are you thinking? Then I'm on a level. The niggas talking about detergents being synthetic detergent soap. I said, yeah, you know what I'm saying? What do you think as a year of the element? Another person, it shows you his comprehension. He didn't know what the fuck was going on with the comprehension that, you know, of the time that and the things that he was doing on the ad. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of it, right now it's May 17, 2020. There's an ad that's still playing on my phone. This ad played on my phone for, well, after from 2019. It was 2020 when this ad started playing on my phone, like two months ago. And I'm looking at this ad all the time, like, yo, this dude on the ad is a real asshole. And then the thing, every time I looked at it and it came on, it's like, yo, damn, it got into my phone and shit. What the fuck is that? And then I'm looking at an individual comprehension to certain things, and not understanding about vibrational current and the period of an individual is dashed. It's like, it didn't make sense. It's synthetic detergent. You know, it say he eats salad, or he does certain other things. The dude didn't make sense the way he did. So, a person gotta know about certain things to know what I'm speaking about. But this is like, when I looked at it, I'm like, and it was already near international security because it's on my digital phone. It's on my cell phone. I already told you what's going on with me. I'm on social recovery. So what the fuck? How did that shit get on my cell phone? What the fuck is people doing? And listen, I'm on social recovery. I shouldn't be thinking or worrying about things like that. Oh my God. This shit shouldn't be on my cell phone. That type of ad. My family how about if that my family member sees something like that? What the fuck do you think could Yo, I'm a real person. I'm on social recovery. I have real children. The way the way I am is different from everybody else. You don't do things like that. Oh my God. And then the comprehension, and I told people, I'm telling you, this is the year the jewel stone and element. Hey man, try to get a nasal inhaler, man. And then I'm telling individuals like, yo, how is that ad was on my phone? Like, how did that situation get on my phone? And then I'm in a social economic system. I don't want my family members. I told you should get some of these nasal things. It's good for you if you have some of these nasal things. It's good if for one's respiration. But say, for instance, right? How did an individual get on my phone? And then I naturally communicate with family, and then the natural irritation and the vibrational conduct and current that going on my phone. Like, I should tell them, yo, listen, I don't have them. I don't have plans of them suing me. I own the continent and land, so I don't have plans of them suing me. So, what am I supposed? Oh, you know why we probably are, because this asshole broke into international security, got on some ad, and they let this asshole play on a commercial on my phone and shit. Oh wow, if this caused the argument between me and my fam what just caused the argument? Yeah, I might drink some water, alright? Listen, man. You just cause an argument between me and my family for no reason. It's like an individual going to see me, and that person, it's just like trying to make my wife catch a divorce with me. She's already naturally dying. She's gonna blame me. It'll be like some of my wives, because I'm gonna be real with you. The real Marilyn Monroe, and then there's the real Marilyn White. But I'm gonna be real with you. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference in social star charts and social habitation. An individual is like my wife. A person that looks like I'm gonna give you an example, like a Madonna. A person that look a certain type of way, and like, yeah, every day, you want to come home. The psychotic mentality one has when it comes to their social refinement, and then their conscience of consideration of their humane condition when it comes to their social equality of congregating. So, it's just funny about this situation. It's just like a person I already know I'm so good with certain things, I don't worry about it. It's just like I go about other person. Sometimes a person could be antagonistic a certain type of way, and other people, when they want attention because they're not me, and then they just want my wife attention, and then at the end of the day she got to think about the importance of certain things that happen, and then international security got to forewarn me or let me know, or your wife a certain type of ways around, so you might want to look into a situation to be a little concerned. But I'm not, just because I see something, it could be a stalker. I don't know if it's a stalker when it comes to my wife for certain legacies and lineages, a certain type of way. I'm not really gonna put my emotions into certain things. It's just like when I'm going through my thing, I'm not gonna put my emotions into certain other things I'm looking at, because I already know they have psychotic individuals and they can't do what I can do, and they're not really married to who I'm married to and what's going on in life. So I'm not gonna call my wife to manifest just because some psychotic individual just wants to do some old. You crazy? I got a whole legacy and lineage of family, all planets, all types. What the fuck? You crazy? It's just like you thinking like, oh my God. it's like a person she got her own situations going on, but I already know the psychotic mentality that she even has with herself. Psychologically, it could be a genius for somebody else, but the mentality she has, I don't get into certain things like that. Only when I want to. If it happens, it happens. I don't stress it, because we have a wonderful relationship as far as mental. Some people may not like it, but I love it. I know what's going on. Me, I have other wives and other things that are going on a certain type of way that I am concerned about. So another person doesn't need to know why I'm concerned, but I just be concerned about certain things, and I do pay attention to other things, but I'm not going to pay attention to everything a certain type of way, because then a person wants to know everything, and then on top of it, I'm not going to break the order of one's natural habitation. You know what I'm saying? So if something happens a certain type of way, the intensity of the conduct of one's intellect got already alert you. So it doesn't even matter about certain other things a certain type of way when it comes to the physical reality. You know what I'm saying? Because another person is doing certain things natural, a certain type of way, and then the natural habitation of the conduct, knowing that what it's just like being so smart is insanity to certain other people. But then on top of it, one's natural conduct of one's being all throughout the day. You know, you could have a person, like I said, they could be a stalker, and a person create a natural stalker of their own social habitation, the way they love themselves, and then they become a natural, because you got to think about it. If one's a vibrational conduct of a planet in the atmosphere, and then you create a stalkerish mentality for individuals to love a person because the way they operate the situation, the thing that irritates you at the time could set off another type of situation in one's natural chemistry. This is why one has to know mannerism, how to conduct themselves when they're dealing or sitting with another individual. If certain things are happening, you know, you got to do this. You know, you don't do certain things because this is what's important, because I need the attention to be all on make sure that everything stays in line and the perfection. It doesn't even rulership don't even have to question a certain situation because the conduct is already perfect. But depending on one's reality, sometimes you'll know for sure a certain type of way. It's just like, you know, it's just like when my wife, when I used to, I'm the real lIGHt, right? Even of Los Angeles. Now, it's just like when my wife wanted to meet, I was doing movies and everything. I went through some Kennedy situation, all type of situations. And then on top of it, I had to sit there with individuals say, no, this is what's written. This is what you're going to say. You know, another person had to build the interest. You know, I did that already the first time. A person had to build the interest to what an individual say, and then to how they go about it, and then the time. And then some people started being flamboyant. Oh, my time, I need this and that and other. But then they have to say the line just like how it is. Then they have to do they had to learn the reasoning of the love of their own social habitation to what a person's doing, to realize, to have a certain type of consciousness when a person is operating certain type of social conduct for social equality and revenue. Now, a person says, okay, now, say for instance, you know, there was times other individuals took advantage of other individuals and situations of conduct. This is so-and-so, this is that, this and the other. This is so-and-so, this and the other. You don't do this so-and-so, this and the other. So-and-so, you do so-and-so. And the person want to do certain other things, and then time and money's inside, the real serious revenue, and it has to be conducted precisely. You have individuals that just let it go. You have individuals that does it because they want to see it just like this, and the way of go about it, because the lifestyle they're already living or what was going on already a certain type of way caused them to have certain type of conduct. And the seriousness of my life, I made sure, no, this and the other. I don't have to do certain things. Now I could go there and just, yeah, I want this is supposed to be so-and-so like this. You find a person that's perfect for the situation a certain type of way. But before you had people, you know, that I don't know what's going on, but you know, I'm a type of person, I tell you, it's like this, it's like this. You know, I don't like things bug me because I don't want to get it. I'm a person, at this point in time of where my life is, I hire another person to do something else. Another person, sometimes they already put time and money in certain other things that's going on within their life. So you don't know other personal things that individuals have. And then on top of it, then I have to be there for the safety, because if something that's going to say something for international security, has to, because a person's doing something and they're looking. And then next thing you know, I'm like, yo, listen, you say this and the other. And they do something else. It's but so many times I tell you so-and-so, this, that, and the other, and you inside a place, certain other things going on. I'm telling you do so-and-so, and you doing so-and-so, this, that, and the other, and then you do your own thing. I'm going to have to correct you. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. Like, yo, listen, this is not no regular situation. I told you this is so-and-so, this, that, and the other. It's just like a person gets into a certain type of social conduct of governing, and then a person tells you to do this, that, and the other, because this is not a regular situation that a person is like. Say somebody get paid to make a movie to develop some other type of social equality for revenue, but it's beyond serious because it needs to be in the social economics for something else. So a person hires somebody to do something a certain type of way, and they're doing it, and then they having situations because something else happened during that time. Now a person's other people concerned about certain things, then the person says, yo, listen, I told you to do so and so, this, that, and other. The person will do so and so, they just doing so and so. how you say you living a certain type of way, doing certain thing, you ain't doing this, so and so, this and a person doing, then a person lets you know, well, you when you came here, you signed, you said you were gonna do this, you ain't gonna break it. People don't got time to go into a lawsuit, and this is not the type of situation you could break. You gotta do this, so and so, this and other. And they tell you, they start doing their own thing, like yo, listen, hold up, then you just right then and there handle the situation, and then people wonder after something like that happens, then you have the social congregation or you have the social population a certain type of way that wonders about what's going on with the situation. Why this situation happened like that? What caused him to do that to that person? What was so serious about? And then the other person be shook because they didn't got punched, some mangled, slapped, and this their reality showing how serious it is. And then on top of it, other things gotta happen because of something like that, because another person, after introducing that type of physical reality to somebody, all type of other things have happen after that, especially when dealing with serious social habitation and stuff. But then you have an individual that goes on and just wants to go, they start, other things start happening. A person don't have time for that, because a person has to remind you the reason of one's intellect of social habitation of equality. Because if you didn't care about yourself, if you went out there a certain type of way, a person knows of certain type of conduct and things that they did for the day, and other people that chose to pay attention to look at situations, because whatever type of mentality they had, they probably watched the type of conduct, or they know what was going on a certain type of way with certain individuals at certain times. But I'm just gonna be real. If you know what I'm saying, if you have an individual and then they gotta do like a real broadcast, a live broadcast, and then you have an individual doing something, doing all type of you got to be conducted. I was a reliever. You wouldn't believe, you have individuals that probably get into movies now, some gangster shit, and just be on something, you'll do the script like this. And then you don't do the shit like the way they told you. They told you 1-2 times, other things is going on and stuff. Other people is aggravated. You don't know what type of people you're dealing with. Like, they deal with this situation because they know how serious is life, and they're on that level, and then next thing you know, you just going out that reality. You just fuck you up, make you do the situation a certain type of way, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't waste time, because I don't want nobody being bruised up when they do making scenes and certain things is happening. So I wouldn't do certain things like that. Other people, you never know the other context of other people. Is a difference. The difference on one's doing, one's socializing, of one's social conduct. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different type of situation. But I'm gonna be real though. You know what I'm saying? For somebody to get rid of a plate, and then I'm telling you what type of year we in, that I don't want to make a movie, and I don't want to seem like a stalker, but my wife got other situations going on in her life. She could be so intelligent that she created her own stalker. Any little thing irritated, then she'll see how real the situation is, and then when if it gets down to some Julia Roberts, Sharon Stone, I need help and I just don't want to say now type of, then all type of other shit depending on, because another person, once they get into a critical need a certain type of way, you wouldn't believe what's really going on. And then hey, just listen, keep all your aggravation. I'm gonna tell you, just keep all your aggravation away from me. Keep all your negative comment. If I want love, I get love the way I want. I don't want to know nothing about the reason of one learning rulership or how can I say